Alrighty, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Harry Drake. I am the product manager here at Scribbler, and I have with me today the lovely Kat, and we are going to be hosting this write-in. We're very excited to see you guys this evening. Happy end of July. Happy end of Camp Nano for those of you who participate. And yeah, we're super excited to have you here. So I'm going to stop talking for a second. Let Kat introduce herself, talk about what she does for Scribbler, writing, anything that she wants to talk about. But feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat. We will be keeping an eye on that, and y'all can chat amongst yourselves or ask us questions, whatever you'd like. So, Kat, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, yes, first of all, please introduce yourself. Let us know a fun fact about you. Harry, that was very dangerous of you to say that I can talk about whatever I wanted, because we could be here for hours. I will talk your ear off about anime and food and dogs. So thank you, Scribbler, again, for having me with Harry today on the write-in. This is our second one that we've done. I am the content strategist over at Scribbler, which is a fancy way of saying I run the blog. So I will always do a shameless plug. If you are a writer, if you're even not a writer, but you have about books, about the publishing industry, about writing, if you've had very unique experiences like going to a conference alone or pitching an agent virtually, I would absolutely love to hear what you have to say. We are trying to slate in some blog topics for October. So let me know what you have to say. You can DM me at IamGirlOfWords or Katarina@GoScribbler.com.
All righty. Thank you. Lovely introduction. Well, happy evening, y'all. It's felt like Friday all day to me, but it's Thursday, and I'm very excited to see everybody here. I recognize some names. Tiffany.
Hi.
Hello, Tiffany. And then Wesley. So I work on the editorial board quite often, and I actually recognize Wesley's name from some recent submissions. So Wesley, I'm very excited to see you here today. And then Christina is here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are very excited to have all of you here this evening. So just to give you all a quick rundown before we jump into kind of what we're working on tonight, we're going to be live. Kat and I are going to be live for about 2 hours. You can jump in and out as much as you want. If you want to be here for 15 minutes and then go eat like a late dinner for 30, come back for 30, and then maybe drink a glass of wine for 10, that's perfectly fine. But we are going to be on here for those of you who have not been doing a write-in, doing little mini writing sprints throughout the evening. So we're going to do like a 5-minute warm-up sprint in a couple minutes, take a 5-minute break, do a 20-minute sprint where we write for 20 minutes consecutive, and then a 5-minute break, so on and so forth. I'll kind of introduce each one as we go on until around 8:30, and then Kat and I are going to hop off. This will be recorded as well, so if you want to come back and check it out, you should be able to find it on the Scribbler YouTube page, which you obviously found your way to, or at the same link, or you can email Scribbler and we will happily send it to you again. But yeah, we're very excited to have everybody. Hello, Emily, as well. Emily hopped in. Alrighty, so down to the business of the evening. Kat and I were talking about this right before we came on, but we'll, of course, be talking about it again. What is everybody working on? Obviously, you don't have to be writing if you don't want to be. You can be plotting, editing, reading, cleaning, whatever you want to be doing. So, Kat, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Sure. So Harry was so kind and has read my manuscript in its entirety and given super insightful feedback. So I have the pleasure of getting to finally read all of the feedback. She gave it to me yesterday, and I just didn't get to it yesterday. So I am going to dive in today. I have my handy dandy notebook and I'm going to take some notes. So that's what I'm working on today. Harry, what are you working on?
So I have a couple things I might try to do. I'm very indecisive. Like I said, I work on the editorial board, and somebody submitted a manuscript fairly recently that we are working on critiquing. It's a very fun manuscript. I think I'm going to try to read some of it tonight. I did tell Kat it does a very good job of punching you in the gut, like really randomly, right when you want it to, but it's a good gut punch. You got to go to the hospital for it. So I might not be reading that tonight just to not scare all of you with my reactions. But I think I will be plotting a whole new work in progress. I finished one. I'm almost done with the other. So I kind of want to start something new. So I think I'll try to plot that tonight.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we've got some people sharing what they want to do. Emily is going to edit or rework draft 5 of the work in progress.
Congratulations, draft 5. Dang.
Huge. And then edits on draft 5. So almost draft 6.
Wow.
Crazy. Congratulations. Okay. Tiffany is working on redeveloping a story that they started and found it wasn't right. I love that. I'm glad that you are restarting instead of just throwing it out completely. I would throw it out. So I'm glad that you're just going to restart it. I love that. Congrats. Good job, Tiffany.
Perseverance. Nice. I love it.
Exactly. That's the word I was trying to think of. I was like, what's a good word for it?
All right, this is fine.
Christina is writing traditional horror and all in frustration. This is what I do. Like I was just saying, just delete all of it. Just like, never mind. Or just set it aside. You never know if you will need to come back to it, but I love it. Definitely a horror in and of itself, having to delete everything. And then Wesley is working on draft 1 of a new novel. Of the first novel, my first novel. Sorry, that was aggressive. Very exciting.
That was aggressive.
Yeah. Happy to be joining you for draft 1 of the very first novel you've written. That's exciting.
Congratulations, everyone, for this is just giving me inspiration to see all the projects that everyone's working on. It's cool to be able to work together.
I know. I'm very excited. I like having this accountability here to help me. Sometimes I get distracted. So feeling like other people can watch me is very nice. Okay, so I am going to share my screen really quick. If any of you were here last time, I talked about a cat timer that I was in love with that I did not use just in case. We use a timer here to kind of help us all keep track of everything. And so I found it today. I decided to go ahead, use it. Okay, give it a second. My Wi-Fi is kind of slow.
I saw it for a sec. Oh, there it is. I think it's back.
It's back? Okay. It's back. Okay. I didn't mean for it to be Halloween colors, but it's spooky season all year round at Scribbler, so we're just going to go ahead and go with it.
This also reminds me of my best friend's cat, and his name is Poe, named after Edgar Allan Poe, and he's a black cat, and it just makes me so happy.
Oh, I love Poe. I love Poe already. Okay. So we're going to get started for 5 minutes. Kat and I are going to mute our mics. We'll stay on camera, but we'll mute our mics just so that way you don't have to hear me coughing and us typing and everything like that. Okay, so 5 minutes, then we'll come back, regroup, and get started on a longer sprint. So break a leg. Good luck, everybody, and I will see y'all soon. Okay, that is time. Sorry, it took a second for me to get unmuted. That was 5 minutes. I did realize that when I turn my mic off, you can't hear. When the timer goes off, the cat meows. It's a very cute little meow. I want you all to just picture it. It's a very good little noise. But anyway, 5 minutes warm up. How did everybody do? Kat, how did you do?
Oh, I went first the last time, so you go first this time.
Perfect. I forgot that we do that. We trade off. I only got through about a page, maybe 2 pages of reading and taking notes. But yeah, I mean, it's great. There's a new character introduced at this point in the manuscript. I'm decided to go ahead and try to edit some of the manuscript. And I'm excited to see what mayhem he brings with him. What about, how far did you get?
So I got through chapter 1. You were right, there weren't a ton of comments, which is exciting because it's a first chapter and those are hard to nail down. I've worked really, really hard on that first one. So I'm glad to see, but I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things that I can update. So cool.
Yay, awesome, exciting. Well, that was just 5 minutes. Yes, that was 5 minutes. I know that 5 minutes is not always a great, you don't always get a ton done. So hopefully you'll get through like 5 chapters next time. And I'll get through like 20 pages. We'll see. But yeah, feel free to chat in, tell us how you did. Also, Jody joined us. Thank you, Jody. Jody also works on TV pilots and TV scripts, which as somebody who had to write for an audition, kind of a quick like 3-page scene in a screenplay, that's hard. That's a whole level of like difficult. I don't know what it is, but it was just so difficult for me and intimidating. So good job, Jody. I admire you. All right, and we're getting, all right, so Tiffany also got a little bit done. I got through a piece of backstory and working on building out the story next. Very exciting, very exciting.
Great job, Tiffany.
Yes. And then Emily's celebrating the cat meows, which is also very good.
As we should.
Yeah. Okay, I think we have a teensy bit more time. So Tiffany actually gave me an idea for a question I wanted to ask you, and that y'all can totally chime in and answer as well. When it comes to planning, and I know that you work on sci-fi, kind of dystopian, some fantasy stuff, would you prefer planning out the plot or planning out the world and kind of the history?
Oh my gosh, that's like such a hard question. I'm gonna cop out and say it changes on the manuscript.
I like that.
Because I don't feel like I go one way or another. My fantasy that I'm gonna do after I finish what I'm currently working on, I have a lot of world building that I need to plan out way before I even think about plot. But with this one, it was all plot, and then I just kind of built the world around it. How about you?
Okay, very good answer. I like that it changes. I tend to like planning out the history of the world to a point that like it's almost detrimental to my actual writing of the thing. Because I'm like, what about, so my main work in progress is about a young Victorian heiress, and she helps a detective hunt a serial unaliver. I don't know if I can say serial killer on a live stream. And she has this whole big family history that I was like, well, I want them to kind of reference it. And I ended up just planning out half of their lives and coming up with all kinds of fun novel and story ideas for this lineage. And I was like, I don't need to do any of this, but I had so much fun, and I still have a lot of fun thinking about it. So I always, for some reason, prefer that like historical element. I'm a pantser at heart. I'm a discovery writer at heart. So I don't like sitting down and like nailing down the plot. I like just kind of dreaming of vibes and vague scenarios.
But I mean, doesn't it make the story so much richer sometimes? And like you could write the literal like history book on the family or like the town, and like a percent of it might get into the actual book, but
Oh yeah,
at least it gives it life. At least that's what I tell myself.
Yes. I had to go through and cut out, I think I had a total of 5 references for this super long lineage, 5, and I have a whole plan for it. And now I think it's 2. It's literally 2. It's 2 references to past people, but I have like a whole thing. So I agree. I'm going to tell myself it makes it richer and just hope that it does. We do have some other updates. I started a new chapter in a different character's perspective. Love working on. I love multi-POV stories. I haven't written one myself, but I love reading them. They're so fun. They're so fun. And then Tiffany, I love planning out the story and adding things into the World Bible as I come to it. But I was too into the world. That is also where I get kind of stuck in the weeds. It's like I get very into, like I was saying, into the world, and then I don't end up focusing on the story at all. And then Wesley said, planning out the plot, but during this first draft, I have found that so much more pops up than what I originally planned. Yes. And write down everything. I think it was Mary Ellen Taylor a couple of boxes ago, we had an author named Wendy Webb who said that she writes down everything that comes to her in that first draft and as it comes. So as she thinks of ideas, that's the plot. She just like writes it down. She doesn't say, oh, I'll save this for later. She goes through every little thing. And she said it's a lot to parse through, but.
I see. I love that advice because I'm definitely someone who will be like, oh, I'll remember that later. And then completely forget about it. And then maybe like 6 months later have that idea again, but I've just wasted 6 months that like I could have built that out.
Yes.
So that is really good advice. And I feel like, I mean, my writing area is in flux. We actually just moved for like 4 weeks to this lovely dorm. I feel like I need like a notepad or a whiteboard or something like on my desk so I can just like jot stuff down.
Yes, yeah, I have to keep either like a page up in my Notion app or just like a running tab on Scrivener. That's just like vague plot ideas that come to me. Otherwise, I'll forget them. Okay,
Vague plot ideas, love it, love it.
I literally have titled it Vague Plot Ideas because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're gonna amp it up a little bit. I was thinking we could do a 20-minute sprint. 5 to 20. I know that's kind of a big jump. I'm not very good at math, but I know that's a bit. So I think we could do 20. If anybody objects to 20, Kat, do you have any problems? It's fine if you do. I'm not.
No, I absolutely love 20. I think that'll be great for the like first real sprint to kind of get us all in the groove. So
Okay, wonderful. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started with a 20-minute sprint, and then we'll take a bit of a longer break. Probably about this length. Sorry, I got chat, and I wanted to talk to all of y'all. Okay, so we'll get started. Everybody, again, good luck. Break a leg, and we'll go.
Y'all got this. Good luck.
that is time. Okay, how did everybody do? Welcome. Sorry, Kat, I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't mean to interrupt everybody, but welcome to A Plot Twist. Huzzah. We're very happy to have you here. Okay, Kat, how did it do? How did that 20-minute sprint go?
That was great. It did not feel like 20 minutes at all. I got through chapter 2 and a lot more notes in chapter 2, which is great because I always felt like that one was, I'm writing from a dual point of view, and that is the second character's first chapter. So I feel like I need to make that another like first chapter kind of deal. So I'm excited about that. And I got through a little bit of chapter 3. How about you?
Yay. That one went really well. I got through a couple more pages and I got to a big fight. It's in multiple points of view and then like interchanging timelines. And so we know how everything in the past pretty much goes, but we don't know how we get to that point. And we got to a big fight that is a defining moment in one character's relationship and how it's starting. And it's very tense. The cat literally meowed and I jumped because it's like a super tense moment. So it went well. It's going really, really well. So.
That I'm going to need to know what this book is because you're making it sound incredible.
I don't want to say too much since it's not mine, but it's a very good manuscript. I'm having a very fun time reading it. The characters are all very flawed with the exception of like one who's just a sweet, sweet angel. I just love him very dearly. And everyone else is super flawed, but in a very lovely way. And
we love our broken characters.
I do. I love broken characters. I love chaotic characters. They're just chef's kiss. Okay. So I know this is like not a very natural segue or segue into the next point, but since we're kind of in a pause, I did have some questions that I kind of wanted to bring up at some point. Just some writery questions since we're writery and we're doing stuff. Yeah.
Real quick, Tiffany, great job. You planned out 3 chapters.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Tiffany, that's very exciting. I cannot do that in 20 minutes, even loosely. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Nice. Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That actually kind of pivots. I actually want to ask a different question than I was going to ask. What is everybody eating and or drinking? Is anyone eating or drinking anything special? I know last time someone was having Chipotle afterwards, and we spent like forever talking about Chipotle. So is anyone eating or drinking anything special tonight? I'm having an adult beverage in a Yeti because it's hot and I live in Texas. But there's ice in it and everything. I feel very fancy. Nothing else super special. What about you, Kat? Anything exciting?
I'm not. So as I said earlier, we moved into like a dorm for 4 weeks. So we have like almost nothing. So one thing we did bring are zero sugar root beer. And I love me some root beer. So that is what I'm having.
Good. Wonderful. Okay. Sorry, we cut out for a second, I think. Or I cut out at least. I don't know if anybody else did, but okay, we're good. We're good. Sarah's drinking tea.
Oh, what kind of tea?
Yes, Sarah, please share what kind of tea, because that does sound really good. Eileen is having a pub sub and have some prosperity incense and sage going on for the new moon. Oh, I love those. I love those vibes. Eileen, thank you. I did see, I did look at my phone a little bit and I do have like a widget that showed me it was the new moon and I got very excited. So I'm happy somebody's celebrating the new moon. I'm terrible at keeping track of moon signs, but glad you're celebrating, Eileen.
May I ask what a pub sub is? Is that like a specific kind of sandwich or is it just like a sub?
So I haven't heard of a pub sub. Oh God. Everything wants me to be on the Google Cloud. But I've heard of a pub sub. I feel like I know what that is. Is it like a Publix sandwich? I think that might be what it is.
Yep.
Did you say?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Eileen.
I don't have Publix around me.
I don't have a Publix either. That's probably why I've heard of it, but I didn't know what it was. I'm desperately jealous, though. I'd love to have a Publix around me. Tiffany is also drinking tea with some special honey. Yes, love. Feel free to share what kind of special honey that is if you want to. I know some people do hot honey or like flavored honey with things. I love honey. It's so good. And Sarah's having fennel tea, which I have never heard of. I've never heard of
that sounds very fancy, and I would like to look more into fennel tea now, because the kind that I have is what you get at Walmart. So hey,
nothing wrong with Walmart tea. Nothing wrong.
Don't knock it till you try it. Or, and for any Stranger Things fans here, what does Argyle say? Don't deny it, or like try it before you deny it, or whatever. With pineapple on pizza, which is amazing, by the way. I will fight anyone who says that pineapple does not belong on pizza.
It is not my preferred topping. I don't think it even is in the top 5. But if you give me a pizza slice with pineapple on it, whether or not there's bacon on it, I will eat it and I will not complain. I can vibe with the pineapple on pizza. I vibe with that. Okay. And then Emily is also drinking water right now because it is Texas and it is too hot. It is very hot. It is so hot. It's disgusting. As someone who's in Dallas right now, it is disgusting here.
That's awful.
I think last week my parents live way in North Texas, and they had a huge storm, and right before it was about 75 degrees at their house, and they were like
in their house, or like just
outside.
Okay,
outside the house. Yeah, they were like, we're not even home. We're in Dallas where it's muggy and gross, and our house is 75 degrees. And then there was a very big rainstorm. They were like, that's what it is. That's what it is. And then we do have some lovely people coming in and telling us what all they've got.
Pineapple, yes. Writing with beers. Sorry, I saw bears first.
I saw bears too, and I was like, oh wait, it's beers. Even better. Both are good things to write with. My mom just surprised me with the KFC pot pie. Honestly,
that was so sweet.
That is very sweet. That's a good reason to interrupt a writing session. A pot pie or some fried chicken. I've actually never had a KFC pot pie before, but
neither have I.
Now I want one.
I have had every part of a pot pie from KFC, just probably not all in one.
Right. I think I've had maybe 2 pot pies before in my life. I don't know. I didn't think I liked them for a long time. Finally, I had one. I was like, this is good, but I've not done it again. Jody is also a diehard Dr. Pepper drinker.
I have to pick a bone with you, Jody, because I hate Dr. Pepper. I think it tastes like vomit. I'm so sorry. Oh, can we not be friends anymore?
We can be friends. We can be friends. I did not like soda for a very long time, but I did get a sip of Dr. Pepper, and I did say, this is chef's kiss. This is the nectar of the gods, if you will.
To be fair, I know I am very alone on this. My husband continually makes fun of me, and he's like, you're crazy. That Dr. Pepper is a classic. How do you not like it? So I think I'm in the wrong on this one, and I hope that you all enjoy your Dr. Pepper.
Whataburger has, maybe this will be more your speed because it's toned down, a Dr. Pepper shake. So it's like a milkshake with Dr. Pepper syrup.
Okay.
It's again, don't deny it
until you try it.
There we go.
Whatever.
I've not watched Stranger Things, so I don't know that's everyone's bone to pick with me. You don't like Dr. Pepper. I've not seen Stranger Things. It's controversial.
All right. It's okay. All right. I feel better now that you have not seen Stranger Things.
Yeah, now
pizza is my favorite. Yes.
Yes. I love everybody coming in saying that they
Laura, did you see Laura's comment?
Yes,
Laura,
I did. I was about to say, I love that everyone's also sharing what they want on their pizza.
Okay, so what I do is pineapple and red onion, and it's like that sweet and salty. I get it. It's delicious.
That would definitely almost like a pineapple on a burger. Like it's got that savory and that salty, and then you got the cheese there. This is yummy. Y'all are making me very hungry.
We're gonna order Domino's after this.
Yeah. Tiffany is bouncing back to tea. Lemon ginger tea. Honey has medicinal purpose. I forget that honey has medicinal purposes. Oh.
And lemon ginger plus honey, like that is a flavor combination that wins.
Yes. I also see that we have quite a few people coming in to defend Kat and say that they also don't like Dr. Pepper.
Wait,
You're all
okay. Can we jump down to writing with beers
Yes.
comment?
Yes.
What?
It's my favorite snack as a kid. Okay, writing with beers, I have a follow-up question. Do you mean like the rolled gold pretzels, like the crunchy ones, or like a soft Annie Ann's pretzels? I mean, either way, I'm gonna let you have it. I ate some weird stuff as a kid, but I want to know as an adult because that sounds kind of dope. Not gonna lie.
I would like to know as well. I'd also like to share when you said, you had some weird food things as a kid. I did as well. I was incredibly picky that I would, I didn't like even like cheese or like meat. So I would eat ketchup sandwiches.
Okay, low-key, I think I did that too. And I think I did that with ranch too. I'm pretty sure I did that too.
We are in good company. This makes me happy. Thank you for making me not feel alone. Thank you all for making me not feel alone about my weird choices.
No, thank you everybody for coming in and sharing your pizza preferences and your Dr. Pepper opinions. And then Wesley, I apologize. Raspberries are yummy though. I love a good raspberry. Oh
yes.
Oh,
barbecue.
Barbecue.
Sorry, I just saw.
Good. Okay, and then Eileen did also share something that I think is useful in life, and then also just like generally as a human. Heated up honey turns to poison. I did not know that.
Because I've definitely popped some honey in the microwave more than one time and put some hot sauce in it.
Kat, you have minutes to live. She has minutes to go. She's on her way out, everybody. No. I'm sure you're here. You're alive. You're good.
We're good. Yeah. We'll just be careful in the future.
Yes, yeah. But that is very fun. I will remember that for bookish things. It's like one of those weird facts that you're like, if I Google this, the FBI is going to put me on a list. But also, like, I need to know it.
Exactly. And yep. Okay. See,
wait for information.
The more you know.
I did not do that last week. I also almost poisoned myself last week. So glad to know. Thank you, Eileen.
Jody.
Never had their pot pie either, but I wish I could send a photo. Wow, it looks amazing. I hope it's amazing. And then Jody did also say, for booking your writing license.
So I need to like pull out my wallet and just give over my writer's license.
It's like that. Is it Parks and Rec where it's like, I have a permit. It says I can do what I want.
Yep. Okay. Ron Swanson.
I'm also about to get my writing license revoked. I've not seen Parks and Rec. I've not seen The Office. Most of the things I can quote, no, don't at me. Most of the things I can quote are from like TikTok audios and stuff. Like a true Gen Z, I have missed out on a whole cultural thing. I only know it from certain clips of things.
Wait, but Gen Z, I feel like Stranger Things is like the epitome of like what you should watch if you are part of Gen Z.
Very true. I will counter that. My family lives in the country, and we did not have Wi-Fi at my house until I was a sophomore in college. So I did not have my own Netflix until literally, I think, until Shadow and Bone came out April of last year. I think.
Oh my gosh.
Came out. I had it like a little bit before, but I didn't have it for a very long time. So I'm super behind. I do like Wesley's reaction. I'm not 100% sure who this is directed at, but I think it applies to all of us. I think it goes for everything. And I'm an Aries. So I did not think that was aggressive. Like I said, I'm an Aries. So I was like, this is normal. This is fine.
It's the reaction I get to a lot of things that I do. So this is fine.
Yes. Just like the error, like the Microsoft error noise and all the question marks. Okay. So I think that was a pretty good break. I feel rejuvenated. I feel rested. Kat, do you feel pretty rested, rejuvenated?
Ready to dive back in.
Okay. So we'll dive back in. I was thinking this time we could do, again, if you don't want to do it, we don't have to do it, a 30-minute sprint.
Ooh, let's go.
It's so long. Okay, we'll do a 30-minute sprint. if you need to like get up or get a beverage or eat your pot pie, honestly, I feel like the pot pie is very important. Drink your tea, whatever you need. Feel free to, but we'll sprint for 30 minutes. So good luck, everybody. Wishing everybody the best, and let's go ahead and get started.
You got this. Good luck.
He scared me. Sorry. Okay, welcome back. I unmuted my mic right as the cat meowed. I think did it scare everybody?
It scared the shit out of me.
Okay, good. So then we are going to go in and we are going to name the cat Poe since it scared everybody.
Yay! Oh my
Go.
gosh, wait. I need to take a picture of this.
Oh, go for it. Go for it. While Cat does a photo op, how did everybody's 30-minute sprint go? I actually forgot that we were sprinting. And I looked over and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I'm hosting a live sprint. I'm hosting a live
I did
sprint.
it like twice.
Wait, there are people here. Okay, I was about to ask Kat. Eileen said 700 words of word vomit in 30 minutes. That's impressive.
Dang.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Any progress is progress. Any words are good words, even if they are word vomit. Most of my drafts are word vomit, so
they'll turn into word petals in some capacity.
I love that. I love that you thought of things that were falling. I was just going to think of good things, but I like that you also thought of things that just like fall haphazardly. So I know that we're switching off, so I'll go ahead and say what I did before I ask you what you did. You have to remind me that we're switching, going back and forth. I read a couple more pages in the manuscript. It got to a huge part in it, and so I just put it aside because I did start reacting to it on camera, and I said that's distracting. And so I actually took some inspiration from Tiffany, who is redeveloping and kind of replotting a novel. And I started doing some vague plot notes for a whole new work in progress, which is very exciting. And I got to, I think, the 3rd chapter on that. It's garbage, but one day it will be compost, and that's okay. That's good for now. What about you, Kat? How'd you do?
I did well. I have a couple of good pages and notes down. I got to chapter 4. Harry, you are just the best at giving feedback. It has been so helpful and has given me like a lot of really great places to either like expand in one point or characterize or maybe take something away. So yay.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. That makes me feel so good. Thank you. Okay, we're going to check in. I would love to listen to you compliment me all day, but we'll check in with some other people. So Sarah finished editing 2 pages. Congratulations. Wonderful. Jody got some direction on my new outline for the script. And congratulations for getting a breakthrough after struggling for 2 days. I know that can be exhausting. So congratulations.
Yeah.
That's huge. Tiffany said, I saw someone say something about the chat before I heard it. About the cat before I heard it. Well, it got there eventually. Specialized in word vomit. Good. Petals and pearls. Pearls are good.
Love it.
Another huge development. Wesley finished a whole 1st chapter.
What? Nice. Congratulations.
Very exciting. Always celebrate those little victories like chapters. I always like do a little dance. So congratulations. That's awesome. Yes. Little bop. And then we have just some general good vibes getting passed around. So, and a very important update. The pot pie was delicious.
The most important of the sprint. We all love some food.
Yes, thank you. I was like, I need to know about the pot pie, please. Let me know about the pot pie. So good. Okay, good. I'm glad everyone did well.
Everyone's so supportive. I absolutely love seeing this in the chat. Thank you guys for like just cheering and encouraging everyone on.
Yes, yeah, it's really lovely to see. It makes me feel very inspired too. I love it. Wonderful. Okay, so I was gonna do a bit of a longer break for this time. I know we are at the 8 o'clock mark. English is my first language. Sorry. Sorry, that's a podcast reference that makes no sense. There's a podcast I listen to, and one of the hosts is German, and she will sometimes get like little grammatical errors, and she'll go, "English isn't my first language," and it's just her grab all for everything, and it's like seeped into the whole fandom. And so now even the other host who English is their first language will go, English isn't my first language. So anytime I mess something up like that, I'm just like, oh, English isn't my first language. English is my only language. But, sorry, I felt the need to explain that. It seemed really weird out of context. I apologize.
What is this podcast? Because it sounds hilarious and I'd like to listen to it.
So 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's called And That's Why We Drink.
Ooh, I've heard of that.
It is so good. It is a paranormal true crime podcast where one host drinks a milkshake and talks about like a paranormal spooky thing, and the other one drinks wine or like an alcoholic beverage and talks about a true crime. And it's like they're on 280 something episodes, I think. They have not taken a break since they started in 2016, and I love them. I'm obsessed with them. Yeah, they're lovely. I love them. Thank you for asking. I could always talk about them anyway. And we have a lot of stuff going on in the chat I wanted to get back to. I got very excited. I'm here and I'm writing.
Hey, that is a huge
writing
win.
is a win.
Congratulations for doing that, because sometimes starting is the hardest part.
Starting is yes.
Yes.
Starting is so hard. Tiffany, that's incredible. Congratulations.
Wow.
That's so cool. Planned out 4 chapters and generated some names and characters to flesh out. That's awesome. Congratulations. You are a machine. That's wonderful.
Do you want to name my character for me? Harry and I were talking earlier, and I don't like my main character's name, and I don't feel like renaming her. So that's now.
Do you want to at all give them like a snippet of the issue you're having with? I call her Birdie and Britty, but her nickname is Bridie.
Bridie.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No. So that's my issue is, without fail, every single person who has read my book has misread her name. And I'm just like, you know what? It was like a very loose, similar name to something that happens later in the book that I was like, oh, this could work. But I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Like, we can just, there's literally no reason that I picked this name. So like, I could just change it. So that's my issue.
I will say you're not there yet, but the point in the manuscript where they have to talk about her name and they reveal what it is, I wrote a note that said, oh, I thought her name was Birdie. I've been calling her Birdie this entire time. I did not realize her name was Birdie until your manuscript is like 400 pages.
Away.
300 pages. And I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
No, not even. No, I am the idiot for naming her something that literally makes no sense. It's fine.
Names are hard, though. Everyone's agreeing that like names are very difficult. And I agree with Tiffany. Name generators are incredible. I love a good name generator. Oh, and then Desiree, I have to introduce Desiree again. Desiree said, they're here now. Welcome. We're very happy to have you. Very happy to help you get some words written. And then also suggested maybe Brit
as a nickname. Yeah. So that's a great idea. Harry and I talked a little bit about that. Yeah.
That actually does. Because I don't want to spoil too much, but since it's a D, maybe it looks like more of it's gotten scratched off and it's just that corner. So it looks like it's just Brit and that's all she can piece together. Maybe. My sister's name is Brittany, so I'm very partial to the name Brit. So I love it already, but it's not my manuscript.
Maybe even Bree. I don't know if I like that name though.
Bree.
I don't know. We'll think about it.
I think that for Birdie, Britty, I think that something with that hard T on the end or like the IE will work better. I don't know how to describe it. She doesn't give me Bree vibes, but I can see Brit and Bridie and Birdie and Britty. I can see all of those.
Maybe I've just had, I'm sure that your sister is lovely, but I've had maybe less than stellar experiences with anybody with a similar name to Bree. So maybe that's why I'm just kind of like, meh.
That's valid. That's very valid. If I know somebody that's horrible with a name, I can't use it. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Wesley
Ooh,
also said
Bryn.
Bryn, which I
I'm
love.
writing Brit and Bryn down. Thank y'all.
Not to triangulate my personal life, but my sister has a half sister whose name is Bryn. So so there's a duo. So Brit and Bryn to me work very well together as a combination.
Are all of these people actually like people from your life, and
Oh
that's
yes.
why all of these names are coming through?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if y'all are stalking me, keep it up. Y'all are doing a great job. Doing a great job. Y'all got to Bryn. That's wonderful. And then Jody said, yeah, names are hard. I'm co-writing a middle grade. Oh, I love middle grade. And our two main characters, we keep confusing one of their names, and that made it clear we need to change it. Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
that's happened.
And then Wesley actually added on, Bryn is a student's name, which I love. When I was an admission counselor, and I would hear names of students I worked with, and I'd be like, I'm going to save that.
That's a
I don't
good
know.
main character name.
Yeah, like I know you, but not well enough that like I will picture this you when I think of this character. So I'm going to take it.
Y'all
Desiree,
all know Bryns and Brits?
Desiree, are we related? Are we related? I've never heard someone else that knows somebody named Bryn, and I love seeing two more people that know a Bryn. Sorry, we're down a name. I love character names. I could talk about them all day and night, so I'm happy to see this in the chat. I combined mine and my sister's name together since my protagonist is modeled after both of us. That's really sweet. Oh, Eileen, I love that. Eileen, if you're down to share it, I would love to hear what that character's name is, because I love stories like that where you take two names and you combine them into one, either with a beautiful meaning like that, or just because the vibes are right with those two put together. I love that creativity.
I'm not sure how much time we have on this break left, but I realized that we didn't ask if anybody's working on a very specific like project, like to give like a log line or like a one sentence, like this is what my project is. So feel free to drop that too. I don't know if there's time, but maybe.
We have, I think, like 22 minutes left. We've been taking kind of long breaks, I think, because like y'all are really fun to talk to, and I'm having a really good time talking to y'all. So maybe we'll do like another like 10 or 5 minute at the end. But yeah, no, if anyone has a log line and they want to share it, please, I would love to read them. We just did a pitch contest, an elevator pitch contest last month. Yes. So I know Wesley had an entry, so I know if anyone wants to share it, totally fine. So Kaylee, Christy, and Eileen, which I love, very cute, is the character name. I just want to keep sharing all of these. Sorry, I love names. Yes. Please share them. Many of our planets and stuff in my co-write story is my co-writer's kids' names scrambled. That's really cute.
That's really cool.
That's really cute.
Oh my gosh. And then like whenever they read that story, like they'll know that there's like a little like Easter egg in there for them.
We're gonna know. That's so cute. Oh my God. Desiree said my grandma wanted to call me Deanne, so I'm Desiree Ann, which I love. I love that grandma got her way. Grandma got what she wanted. I do also love that Eileen's sister bullied her. And then Wesley did share the pitch, which is woman wakes up, her angelic DNA, and is hunted by angels and demons, which I will say I read the elevator pitch, which was very good. And I also remember reading way back, a first chapter for this, one of our first chapter contests. So I also help judge contests too, which is very fun. I get to be on that board too. And I remember reading, I think it was Wesley's entry, because it's a very unique story. And I remember reading the first chapter and being like, this is a really good first chapter. And the pitch came in and I was like, I think I've read this. So now Wesley's back again. And yes, Wesley, that is me. I got to read it. I am one of the people who got to read it. It was very good. I enjoyed both the pitch and the chapter immensely. So I'm excited to see more of that in the future.
You are so good. I am also sometimes part of the editorial board, and I feel like it's like as soon as I read it, it goes right out of my mind. I could not remember anything that I read. But thank you all for always submitting, because I so enjoy getting to read all of the cool stuff.
Yes, I love honestly, reading people's submissions for editorial or contests is my favorite part of the job. It's so fun. It's so fun. So thank you everyone who submits. Anyway, sorry, I could go on and on about how much I love it. I'm trying to get my book out of the dungeon of hell.
Valid, very valid.
Me too. We do have Ashley. Hello, Ashley, who jumped in and said revisions are slow. Revisions are very slow. Revisions take a very long time. I'm there with you in the revising slog. We're both there with you. Yes, we're both right there. It takes forever. You will get there. It's just going to take some blood and some sweat. Hopefully not many tears. Hopefully no
Probably
blood.
a lot of them though.
Probably a lot. Hopefully more tears than blood, but get there. You just got to push through. Right. Okay. Trying to think to make sure we've got a lot of good vibes for Wesley, which is lovely. I love y'all cheering everybody on. It makes me so happy. And then Jody did include an example. For instance, his daughter's name was Olivia, so we named a planet. But Violi?
That's how I would have said it.
I love it. Whatever it is, it's cool. It definitely looks like a planet name.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I would have been like, how can I make this? My brain would have been like, Olavi. I would have just like swapped the A with something and not been super creative. So I love Violi.
That is super like a great and unique way to look at it. Nice job. That is awesome. Y'all are so creative.
I know. I love this. This is making me feel excited to write again. Okay, so that was a pretty long break. I know we have some good vibes. We do have one more pitch that I'll go ahead and share. We did have Eileen sent hers in, or theirs in. Apologize. On the first day of her adulthood, an anxiety-ridden teen girl discovers an entire magical world in her backyard. Sounds great. And has to learn how to harness her own secret powers and learn to lead an entire nation of mysterious people in order to save her father's life.
That sounds so cool. And I don't know why, because I haven't read this book in like forever, but for some reason I'm getting like Inkheart vibes, like just like this the latest bit, because like the father and like the different people, that sounds really cool.
That sounds very exciting. An anxiety-ridden teen girl. Eileen, have you maybe entered a first chapter contest before? Because this sounds like a first chapter I read. It sounds like the first chapter I read and critiqued. Which, if it is great, if not, I do still want to read it. I just don't want to read it. There was a young woman who, her parents left for the day and she was with her little sister and they went to play hide and seek and they got separated. And there were some hints that there was something going on that the sisters didn't quite know about. But I don't know. I hope it's the same one. That'd be really cool. Yeah, anyway, okay. Thank you guys for sharing. Very exciting. Okay, we can get back to the stream now.
Yes.
I have not yet, but I really wanted to cry. Eileen said, but I really wanted to. One day. Okay, so we will go on ahead and get started with the next part of the stream, us and Poe. Let's do a 7-minute stream. How about it?
Cool.
Nice little calm down. I keep talking for too long. I don't want to keep y'all on here too long. I know y'all have lives and evenings to get to. So we'll go ahead and get started with the last little bit. So wrap up whatever you've got going on, and then we'll check back at the end. So good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Alrighty, and that is time. I saved you all from having to listen to Poe the cat talk. Cat, I need to see. Very good. Thank you. Look at that baby. So we talked briefly in the very last, we've talked before, I don't know if we talked about in the live stream, but you mentioned your dogs. I have completely forgotten their names. I'm terrible with names. What is this baby's name?
Yes, this is Mikasa. My husband and I are anime fans, so she was named after the Attack on Titan, like best character in there. But her name is Mikasa Noel, and her middle name is from Black Clover, and she is a Shiba Inu, and she is 1.5 years old, and she hates being hugged and loved on and held. So this is torture for her, but I love it.
That is absolutely too bad for her. She's going to get all the cuddles and pets. Oh, she's so cute. We have a lot of dog love and quite a lot of Attack on Titan love as well, which makes me very excited.
Yes.
I have seen a couple of episodes of Attack on Titan. Wesley is here. It says they love anime as well. Or love. I have seen Attack on Titan, some of Attack on Titan, and then some of One Piece. I was dating a guy in college, and he and his roommate were watching One Piece, and I came in, in like the 200th episode, and I was like, it doesn't seem like it's winding down. And they were like, girl, it's just getting started. What do you mean?
I mean, there's like 1,200 episodes of One Piece. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what they told me. They were like, it's this goes on forever. And I was like, that's awesome. But I did like Attack on Titan. I saw, I think, the first 2 episodes, and I was like, this is very fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a good watch.
I will very quickly, because I know we're coming to the end of the stream, but AOT is by far my absolute favorite anime. But I have very close seconds with Black Clover. If anyone has seen it, I currently have a Black Clover blanket that I have right now. And then my next one is I promise I didn't plan this. This is just who I am. And then Cowboy Bebop is my 3rd favorite. So, and One Punch Man.
I have heard all kinds of good things about Cowboy Bebop. I don't know why, but I've heard all kinds of good things about it. I have a very good friend who, I think that's one of her favorites. Another one liked, I wouldn't even try to remember, something about alchemy, I think. Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
We're about to watch it this weekend. I'm very excited.
Oh, lit. Okay, my friend Fish loves it. It's their favorite anime.
Wesley just said, "Yep, yes."
There we go. Yes, yes, yes. That's the extent of my anime knowledge, I'm afraid.
It's more than most, honestly. So yay! I'm like such a nerd that I'm learning Japanese, so I can like watch it in Japanese so that I can enjoy it in traditionally, because I don't like the dubs as much.
I've seen that from people who can speak Japanese. They're like, the dubs are just not up to par.
Anyways, how did your sprint go?
Thank you for asking. So this time it went well. I did get to a point where I had 2 epiphanies. One, I was like, oh, this is a bit like The Haunting of Hill House, which I love the book. Yeah, I love the book. I was a theater major. I directed, as part of my senior year, a full production of The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. So I love the story very much. So I was like, okay, this is Hill House. This is great. And I was like, okay, so there's a seal in the distance, but this is England. Where can you see seals in England? And so I had to Google that. And so I got to look at seals for a little bit, which is very exciting. I got to just kind of look at seals, which is always good. But how did you do?
I did pretty well. I didn't get, to be honest with you, I finished chapter 4 and I was like, I don't feel like taking notes anymore. So I just read through chapter 5, and I kind of forgot that I really liked the changes that I made. So it was cool to like read, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm actually kind of proud of this writing. Yay.
Oh, yay. Congratulations. That's a great achievement, great development. It's always good to go back and be like, no, I knew what I was doing.
I was like, okay, this is, let's crush some imposter syndrome real quick. Like, I'm going to go back to this chapter when I need to. What are you doing? No.
I love those moments where you're reading it and you're like, wow, whoever wrote this did a really good job. And
Oh,
you're like, oh wait, that's me. Wait, that's me. I love those moments. Always.
Sorry, I just cut you off. I am so sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna keep flapping my gums. So no worries.
No, I was literally just about to say, Emily, I am so mad at myself that I didn't mention Death Note because that is so. Okay, real quick though, we need to talk about the live version. Okay, we need to talk about two things. Death Note season 1, amazing. Season 2, lackluster. The live action that they just made, awful, horrible, the worst thing known to man. The new adaptation that the Duffer Brothers are going to make, cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
I have many thoughts.
I saw, I think, the first episode of Death Note with some friends after they watched half of the movie adaptation and said, nope, never mind. Like, I watched the movie adaptation with them and they said, Harry, this is horrible. We're turning it off. You've not seen Death Note. You need to see the good stuff. And so they turned it off.
Yeah.
I have two. There are two comments here that are in a similar vein. Wesley says, he doesn't like, no Death Note. No Death Note. No Death Note for Wesley, which is
it's all right. It's all right. I will respect everyone's wrong opinions. It's fine.
We are all making controversial statements here. Kat doesn't like Dr. Pepper. I haven't seen Stranger Things or The Office or Parks and Rec. Wesley doesn't like Death Note. We're all being brave and bold and vulnerable here. And I love that. I love that for us. Yeah. And everyone's coming on and saying, yeah, the live is bad. And the Duffer Bros could be good. And then Jody also said, learning Japanese isn't nerdy. It's cool. It's very cool. I'm very excited that you're learning Japanese. I don't have the dedication to do that for anything. So I'm very happy that you're like, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to learn Japanese. That's awesome.
Well, thank you, or arigato. But that just sounds so stupid. So no, let's just forget that I said that because I'm literally on like the second Duolingo. Like I've been doing it for like 80 days and I've not gotten past like the first chapter. So whatever.
The Duolingo owl from TikTok is gonna like show up in your house. Like, what are you doing? You gonna do your Duolingo?
I'm a millennial and I don't have TikTok. And I've never like watched TikTok besides like the reels on Instagram. So I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you.
So Duolingo, I'm going to go over time, but I feel like you need to hear this. Duolingo has a mascot. Like you can get like the Disney like face characters that walk around and like hug people. They have one, but it's the Duolingo owl. And they like Bob. And they're very cute, but they like make jokes about like, have you done your 15-minute lesson today? And just like the owl like creeping in and finding you wherever you are if you've not done your lesson. It's not like super creepy. It's very funny. The intern is definitely like young Gen Z. Like they've got that real good Gen Z humor that just gets you. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but you're like, I like it. I got a good chuckle out of it. So yeah, the Duolingo owl is going to get you if you're not careful. Desiree is also not on TikTok either, which is very valid. I spend too much time on TikTok. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. And Tiffany's saying, yeah, I don't have I also don't have the discipline to learn another language. I barely had it in college when I had to take it. So I'm always very proud of people who do that.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah. And then Eileen's shared over 1K words tonight. Characters about having an anxiety attack. The king is looking for. She's the one the king is looking for. And all the bleep.
What? That's awesome.
Very exciting. Very good. It's definitely ramping up. I love that they're in the middle of about to have an anxiety attack. She's about to have an anxiety attack. Me too. I vibe with her already. I love her very dearly.
We love the representation.
Yes. Love it. Tiffany's also saying TikTok is a rabbit hole. It absolutely is. And then Jody's also saying she and the TikTok owl have a lot of beef.
You had an 1,100-day streak?
What? That's incredible.
I bow to you.
I don't love anything that much in life. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Congratulations, Jody. That's lit.
I would also hate that owl if he destroyed your 1,100-day streak, though.
I would fight that owl. That owl and I would be throwing hands in those TikTok comments. I swear to God, I would not be okay with that. Okay, well, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and say I think we've done some incredible work tonight. I've had a really good time. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think we're all in a high. I think we've all done some good work. I think we all then deserve a little treat. I bought into a little treat culture. So I think we deserve a little treat of getting to relax for the rest of the night or work on stuff if we want to, whatever you decide your little treat is. But y'all did great. Wonderful.
Everyone was amazing. Thank you so much for all being here and honestly for engaging as much as y'all did. Like,
oh my gosh.
I hope y'all had fun because we had some really great conversations, especially even just the two of us like talking and just reading comments. Like, thank you all so much.
Yeah, y'all were really engaged. I would not be chatting as much as any of y'all were in a thing. So thank you guys for jumping in like that. That was awesome. And I'm so happy to hear about all the work that y'all are doing, are hoping to doing. Again, English is not my first language. Are hoping to doing. And I'm glad we got to talk about things not writing adjacent. That always makes a break better when you can kind of pause and think about anime or pizza toppings or whatever it is. So y'all were incredible. Thank you.
And I see some people are going to keep writing. Please go for it. If you have that inspiration, do it. Write the whole manuscript tonight.
Matt, don't say that. Somebody in here is probably a fire sign and will do it. Somebody in here is an Aries and said, that's a challenge and I will rise to it.
That was not my intention. I am sorry, fire signs.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's okay.
Great.
Right. I'm sorry to cut. Y'all are more than welcome to stay in the chat. Tiffany is an Aries. Tiffany accepted the challenge. Tiffany.
Oh no.
Hello, Aries. Thank you. I will also accept the challenge. But I'm so happy to hear it was a productive session for everybody. And that people had a really good time. Thank you guys again for joining us. This was a lovely way to cap off an evening. If you want to, you are more than welcome to stay on here and keep chatting with each other. We are going to go off live, but the chat should stay up and should keep going. So if you do want to keep staying here and keep chatting with each other, keep talking, y'all are absolutely more than welcome to. Kat and I are going to hop off. So great. Thank you all again. Kat, do you have anything that you would like to plug last minute before we leave?
Just to maybe drop in the chat or DM us or email Scribbler if you really enjoyed this and you want another monthly write-in for next month, because we enjoy doing them. And if you enjoy doing them too, it's a win-win.
Yes. And if there's a better time for y'all too, please feel free to mention that as well. If you're like, I can do the evening, but I would rather do mid-morning or afternoon or whenever, please let us know. We want to be sure to do these whenever y'all are available. So just let us know. And then I do want to plug real quick before we jump out, because I saw some people, of course, working and getting their first chapters done. We are going to be hosting a contest in August. I'm going to double check, even though I literally worked on some stuff for it today. That should be a first page contest. So if you're interested and you participate, we will be, I think it's a first page contest. My Wi-Fi is being very slow today. Fine. No, literally no pressure. But if you've been looking for a time to enter a contest, I know some of y'all were doing some great work tonight. Yes, it's a first page contest. The winner will get a partial manuscript review from Scribbler Editorial and a gift card from Compendium, who is somebody we work with a lot for the boxes. They have some great stationery products that we love. If any of you have been subscribed for a while, they make this journal, which is pigs flying. It says it's possible. And it's just a bunch of little pigs flying. It's so cute.
That is
I saw it and I said, you're coming home with me. That's mine. I have to have that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I've been chatting a lot. Thank you guys again for joining us. Y'all have a lovely evening. Y'all have been absolutely wonderful. Thank you for engaging so much and being so great to talk to. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have a lovely week and happy writing.
Happy writing. Bye.